NFL players loved this agent, and he promised to make them millions. But when they said, "Show me the money," it had all disappeared.
We put a lot of trust and a lot of faith into these people, and I think Tank Black basically abused that trust.
A tangled web of football, greed, and cocaine has one man behind bars and another on the run.
New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania. 4 bodies are discovered on the side of state highways. 4 men mutilated. Their bodies cut up into pieces and wrapped in trash bags. Double bagged, double knotted, then thrown away like yesterday's garbage.
I look down in the black bag and I see 2 arms that were cut off at the shoulder.
Police believe the killer may be picking up his victims at gay bars in New York City, killing them, then driving with their corpses in his car for hours to dispose of them. They have no suspects, but one good lead. Bartender at one bar saw a victim with a man the night he died. She thinks he may be a nurse at St. Vincent's Hospital named Mark or John. She gave police a description that led to this sketch. Now the hunt is on for the man the press has dubbed the last call killer.
He knows about anatomy. You know, maybe a person as a butcher.
Call if you know where this man is tonight. Our next case takes place in the cutthroat world of sports agents. It's about a real-life Jerry Maguire. The players loved him, but it turned out he was calling the shots in a game with... The world of professional sports is about big-time fame and big-time money. The world sports agent Tank Black knew well.
He really sold himself on being your friends first, getting to know your family.
Carolina Panther running back Natron Means was one of Tank's clients. He was also one of his victims.
When we pick an agent or when we pick a company or firm to represent us, you know, we put a lot of trust and a lot of faith into these people, and I think Tank Black basically abused that trust.
He abused that trust by allegedly stealing his client's money. Black turned himself in and faced the charges last year in a Florida courtroom. But that's just half of it. Not only was Black pocketing cash for himself, police say he was laundering money for some of the biggest names in the Detroit drug world, including Dean Parker.
They were associates. Black helped take some of the drug money and clean it up, basically by providing companies, investing the money into companies, whether they were real or fraudulent.
These are evidence photos of the millions of dollars in drugs that Dean Parker and his buddies allegedly brought into Detroit. An investigator explains how the drugs were concealed in the gang's cars.
That clicking noise released the latch in the back. This portion here is the compartment. This is used for transporting illegal substances.
Dean Parker was arrested but cut a deal with prosecutors. They let him out on bond but kept a close eye on him.
You know, he was on very strict tethers, I guess you could say. You know, we had a monitoring device on him.
For months they watched him until he gave them the slip.
We attempted to conduct a traffic stop on Dean Parker's vehicle. He made a turn here on Oakman, went through the red light, did a 180-degree turn at Ford Road, accelerated to speeds in excess of 100 miles an hour.
It was then Dean Parker disappeared, along with his wife Kim and their 2 children. Who did they turn to get them out of the country? Their old pal, sports agent gone bad, Tank Black. He reportedly lent them his private jet to fly to Jamaica. Here's home video of Dean Parker hanging out on the beach. Black denies that he knew Parker was a fugitive drug dealer. But this memo seized from Black's office implies the agent was supplying Parker with cash while the fugitive was hiding out in Jamaica.
I think he made all the arrangements. And I think also will show that he helped fund him in his flight. In order to do this, you have to have money.
In May 1998, the Parkers re-entered the U.S. and moved to the suburb of Dallas, Texas. They changed their name to Nichols.
There was nothing strange about them. They had garage sales, they washed their cars, they played up and down the street, they were out in their yard. They never seemed hidden.
In Dallas, Kim gave birth to twins, a boy and a girl. The Parkers were living a typical suburban life. They had no reason to believe they were in jeopardy. That is, until this issue of Sports Illustrated was published, detailing the exploits of Tank Black and the super agent's relationship with Dean Parker.
He was coaching his son's basketball team, and that's
Around the same time, authorities found these photographs of the Parker family while searching a home in Detroit. Investigators made out the name of a YMCA on Little Dean's uniform.
We were able to get from those pictures that they were from a Northeast YMCA, and we called a bunch of them and found one that was in Fort Worth. When we called them, they were able to provide us with the name of Nichols family that had registered there to play ball.
But they were too late. Tipped off by the Sports Illustrated article, Parker, his wife, and 4 children vanished in the middle of the night.
It's unbelievable that this has happened, especially that it's happened across the street, and we never knew.
That was May 29th, 2000. Dean Parker, Kim Parker, and their children haven't been seen since. But investigators are hopeful that after 2.5 years on the run, the Parkers may finally be running out of money. They don't have Tank Black to turn to anymore. He's behind bars. But they're especially worried about the Parker children. Even though this home movie made by Dean Parker portrays a happy home life, authorities insist the fugitive is anything but an ideal father.
He has changed their names. He has kept them out of school for fear of being found out. Whenever it suits him, he uproots the family and moves again.
And authorities are fearful that the children might be put in harm's way.
Dean has said that he will not be taken without gunfight. We are very concerned about his children. We want to make sure that the children are safe and secure.
Dean Parker shouldn't be hard to recognize. He's 6'7", 120 pounds. He might be calling himself Darren Nichols or Dylan Doherty. His wife Kim is also wanted for aiding and abetting her husband. She's 5'4" tall and weighs 120 pounds. Her aliases include Karen Nichols and Kimberly Doherty. If you've seen Dean Parker, his wife Kim, or any of their 4 children, give us a call tonight at 1-800-CRIME-TV. This past January, William Tank Black pleaded guilty to money laundering. He faces sentencing next month and could get up to 6.5 years in prison and fines adding up to more than $2 million. Now stay with us. We'll be right back.